foremost, man, I'm excited about, really getting this season started. It's been a long camp. Guys have been working hard. It's been a very productive camp. And then obviously this Saturday down in Louisiana, we're looking to put it to the test. Okay. Open for any questions right now, if you got any.
So when you take a look at your depth chart, obviously it looks to be pretty obvious, but what about on the back end? How do you kind of see it once you get through Colin and Nick?
Well, obviously our plans of not redshirting Lee Witherspoon is kind of going out the window. Well, not really going out the window, but in terms of, he's in the rotation in terms of playing. After that, I really can't speculate. I mean, we got our 3 deep right now, and that's what we're rolling with. Unless something else happens, we'll move guys up from the practice squad.
Who will you take beside those 3 guys at running back, or will you have any other running backs on the roster?
Well, those are 3. Obviously, we've worked a couple of receivers at the position also. Not to name any guys, but we have a plan, obviously. But 3 deep right now is good enough in my mind.
How comfortable are you with Witherspoon and his ability to pass protect and just some of the nuances that come without having the ball in your hands?
Well, the thing about it is pass protection is a toughness deal, and he has plenty of toughness. So it's just a matter of just him understanding, the base fundamental rules of pass protection and just knowing who to block. And I think he's progressed in that area very well.
Got veterans like Colin and Nick. Obviously, you're in game week. What's their intensity level been like this week now that they have an opponent?
They've been kind of edgy, ready to, put all their hard work to the test. I know Nick is a senior. This is his last year. He's very, eager to get out there and play. He'll, without a doubt, get more play time he's ever gotten. Here, just being, I call him 1A and 1B, in terms of, the lineup, obviously Colin's the starter, but I see Nick as a starter also. So those guys have been very anxious, and they're just ready to go.
How has Colin been a little different? I mean, you don't know from last year, but watching him from spring to now, his approach to camp, his practices, does his veteran nature show through now, especially the fact that the #1 job's his?
Yeah, and again, I've always say this, we've gone through a maturation period, and football is all about, just getting better, as a person, getting better as a football player. I think he's a better football player now than he was last year. It's just a natural progression of things. I won't say just because I'm coaching him, but I won't say that. That might be the case, but but he's doing a good job, and I think he's preparing because obviously he has goals to play on the next level. He's preparing, like that's what he wants to do. So
he does so many things well. Is there any one thing you sit there and say you can do this better?
He can do everything better. I mean, he's a complete football player. I just think, from a coaching standpoint, you always got to work on things and just get better and better. So I'll never tell him he's all set, even though he may think he's all set, but you can always get better.
You've coached some guys that have gone to the league and had really big careers there. Do you see that kind of potential with Colin as well?
I do. I think sky's the limit for him. Obviously, everything is a process, There's one thing to go to the league, it's one thing to stay there, and there's a process that you have to follow in order to, stay there year after year after year. And then we have a coach on our staff, and Terrell Buckley, and even, Marcus Johnson. Those guys stayed in the league quite a while, so they would know better than anybody. It only lasted like 2.5, 3 years, so.
With a 70-man roster, do any of you guys have special team roles?
They do, whether they're a starter or backup or whatever. But they've all obviously Kyler not so much, but Nick and Lee, and those guys have special team roles and assignments. They're plugged into the depth chart in terms of that also.
Is there an ideal number of carries that you would like to get Lee involved in this weekend?
No, we'll just see how everything goes. I don't have a set number. I just flow with the game and just see how it goes. But right now, those guys, Nick and Kyler, they're going to get bulk of the work.
Kids, forgive me if this already got asked, but looking at the defensive line, obviously y'all get a chance to go up against them. Looking at that interior with Jeff not here and everything, what have you seen from maybe some of those young guys on the interior?
Our defensive line or their defensive line?
Your defensive line, sorry.
Man, Deke Adams is a hell of a coach. I know one thing. I see those guys coming out of the meeting, you know, and they look pretty. You know, they're big now, and there's a good defensive line tradition. They've played with some good football players, some high draft picks that I'm sure have, you know, passed some tricks of the trade down to those guys. So I think they're ready and they're prepared and they're ready to go.
Keep y'all on your toes in the running back room a little bit.
Again?
Said they keep you on your toes in the running back room a little
Oh
bit?
yeah, especially Chauncey River. He talks crap to me, and I'm not even out there playing. You know, I mean, he's unbelievable. I'll say, Chauncey, you can never just say, hey coach, how you doing? I mean, he's always talking crap to me. So they don't like running backs. They don't like offensive linemen. They don't like running back coaches, and they don't like offensive line coaches. So they got the right mentality for the position. So.
What do you see from Louisiana's defense, especially their front line and their linebackers?
You know what? I think Ron Roberts, he does a good job in terms of you know, his scheme and getting those guys in the right place. You know, they're very fundamentally sound and assignment sound, so it's going to be a challenge. You know, again, they have good team speed on defense. They swarm to the ball. Secondary, being a running back coach, I haven't really locked in on those guys as much. But again, you know, it's a good defensive scheme, fundamentally sound. They play hard, they're physical, you know, and again, you know, it's something that we got to go out there and play our game, and we can't take it for granted.
How excited are you guys just to be able to go up against someone who's not their own defense?
You know, again, you know, we got a bunch of ball players, man, guys that love ball, and you know, and they've been preparing for this moment, you know, all camp. So. And even from a coaching perspective, we've done some similar things. We've done some different things. We want to kind of see, you know, how that stuff, you know, looks and see if it's going to give us a chance to win football games, you know, on Saturday and even in the future.